The last cardboard box clicked shut with a hollow sound that echoed through the empty living room, and for the first time in weeks, the silence felt heavier than the boxes themselves. I stood there staring at the walls where family photos had hung for years, wondering how a life could disappear into brown cardboard so quickly. Then my best friend looked around the empty house, smiled in a way I couldn't understand, and quietly asked, "Which side is mine?" In that single moment, everything I thought I knew about friendship, loyalty, and home changed forever. Before we continue, if you believe kindness still matters, if you believe in hope, forgiveness, compassion, and second chances, please take a moment to like this video, leave a thoughtful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps these heartfelt stories reach people who may need hope today. My name is Nathan, and this happened in a quiet neighborhood outside Columbus, Ohio. A year earlier, my life had looked completely different. My wife Rachel had passed away after a brief illness, leaving me to raise our 8-year-old daughter Grace while trying to keep my small woodworking business alive. Bills piled higher every month. Customers disappeared. Every corner of the house reminded me of the woman who had filled it with laughter, and every night I questioned whether I could give Grace the future she deserved. Eventually, I accepted the painful truth that I couldn't afford to keep the house anymore. Selling it was the only way to avoid losing everything. Throughout that difficult year, one person never stopped showing up. My best friend Caleb had been part of my life since middle school. He never arrived with dramatic speeches or grand promises. Instead, he brought groceries when our refrigerator looked empty. He fixed broken shelves without being asked. He drove Grace to soccer practice whenever I worked late. Sometimes he simply sat beside me on the porch while neither of us spoke a single word. Somehow his quiet presence reminded me that I wasn't carrying my grief alone. When moving day finally arrived, the summer air was warm, but the house felt strangely cold. Friends from church helped load furniture into the truck. Grace carefully carried a small box filled with her mother's handwritten recipes, holding it tighter than anything else. Every room emptied one memory at a time until only dust outlines remained where furniture had once stood. I tried to stay strong, but every empty space felt like another goodbye. The plan was simple. Grace and I would move into a small 2-bedroom apartment across town. It wasn't much, but it was affordable, safe, and close to her school. I kept telling myself that home wasn't a building. Home was wherever we stayed together. Still, saying those words didn't make leaving any easier. Late that afternoon, after everyone else had gone, Caleb stayed behind to help tape the final boxes. We walked slowly through each room, checking closets and cabinets one last time. Then he looked around the empty living room, smiled gently, and asked, "Which side is mine?" At first I laughed because I thought he was joking, but he wasn't laughing. He reached into his backpack, unfolded a lease agreement, and placed it on the kitchen counter. Weeks earlier, without telling me, he had rented the apartment next door to ours. He explained that he knew I would never accept money or charity, so instead he wanted to be close enough to help without making me feel like a burden. He had already spoken with the landlord, arranged for Grace to have access to his apartment after school if I was working late, and even found new woodworking clients through people at his office. He hadn't rescued me with one dramatic gesture. He had quietly built a bridge before I even realized I needed one. The weeks that followed slowly changed our lives. Grace laughed more often. She decorated her smaller bedroom with bright colors instead of sadness. Caleb joined us for simple dinners, fixed bicycles with neighborhood kids, and never once acted as though he expected gratitude. My woodworking business began receiving steady orders. One satisfied customer recommended another, and before long I was hiring 2 part-time employees. For the first time since losing Rachel, I could imagine a future instead of only remembering the past. One evening, Grace looked at me while we watched the sunset outside our apartment building. She said she thought her mom would be happy because people were still taking care of each other. Those simple words stayed with me longer than any business success ever could. I finally understood that healing rarely arrives in spectacular moments. More often it comes disguised as faithful friendship, shared meals, open doors, and someone quietly deciding they won't let you face tomorrow by yourself. Before this story comes to its close, I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment and tell us about someone who stood beside you during one of life's hardest seasons, or someone you hope to thank someday. Your story might encourage another viewer who feels alone right now. Months later, I visited my old neighborhood and drove past the house we had sold. Someone else lived there now, filling it with new memories. Surprisingly, I didn't feel heartbreak anymore. I felt gratitude. Losing that house had never been the end of my story. It had simply cleared the path toward people who reminded me what home truly meant. Home wasn't the place where we packed our last box. Home was the place where faithful hearts refused to let each other carry life's weight alone. If this story touched your heart or reminded you that genuine friendship can change a person's life forever, please like this video, subscribe for more uplifting stories, and share it with someone who needs a little hope today. Sometimes the greatest gift we can offer isn't a perfect solution. It's simply standing beside someone and quietly asking, "Which side is mine?" Wholesome thou. Hi there. Feel free to enter your text here and select a voice to try it out. You can also upload a video or audio file.